Greetings, I am Monster D, and I am here to present to you a brand new segment which I would like to call Monster Deep Cuts. In these segments, I'm going to cover a variety of rare and obscure movies and shows that you probably have never heard of. Many of them will feature monsters or robots or all sorts of different things you never quite know, but I definitely would like to bring you some quite different things this time around. Today's Monster Deep Cut will begin with something you almost certainly have never heard of. Inspector Gadget. Oh, but I'm not talking about those Inspector Gadget movies. I'm not talking about the more recent CGI cartoon. I'm not even talking about the cartoon from the 80s. I'm talking about the original 1974 Japanese Inspector Gadget. That's right, believe it or not, Inspector Gadget began in Japan. And I'm going to talk to you all about it. So sit back and enjoy. This original Inspector Gadget was originally known as Totemo Gu Kansatsu, which translates to Mighty Tool Inspector. Kind of a clunky name, but not unexpected for the time and for that type of show. Its tone was a little bit of a mix of Kolchak the Night Stalker and Ultraman at some points. Dr. Claw even pilots a giant robot, which the inspector must take out all by himself. Oh, that was exciting. One clue that Inspector Gadget is originally derived from this Japanese show is in the American cartoon pilot. If you have or have not seen this, the very first pilot of the cartoon show had Inspector Gadget with a mustache, much like his Japanese counterpart, but they removed this to, I guess, make him appear more appealing or American. I'm not sure. Well, this inspector, simply often known as Kansatsu, was actually not originally a cyborg. He was simply a brilliant inventor, although bumbling in almost every other way, who just armed himself with a series of funny, humorous gadgets and used them to do a number of things, among which is solve mysteries and fight crime and help children cross the street when he needed to. Yes. This version of the inspector was more than inept. He certainly was constantly seen falling and tripping and falling all over again. However, one must not underestimate this character, whereas Inspector Gadget in America would become known as someone who would incidentally solve crimes and never really do anything too major or intentional. This one was not afraid to get his hands dirty, and despite his clumsiness, despite his goofiness, he actually was also a well-seasoned fighter, and this show did not hold back. Oh yes, Inspector Gadget would actually kill with a umbrella sword of his. In this version, the original Dr. Claw was still very much Gadget's arch nemesis, although this version, while still wrapped in mystery, you definitely saw much more of his face and much more regularly. He had no cat with him. He had a bevy of strange, interesting, sort of second-tier villains that would go out amongst the streets and cause mayhem, but most of them only lasted an episode, maybe two at most, but this iteration of what would become the Mad Agents, other than being faceless, remained relatively similar to what they became. Yes, this Inspector Gadget was certainly all about the children. Frequently in the show, he was seen helping children, whether to cross the street or to fix some toy or bike or vehicle of theirs. He was very obsessed with bike and street safety, and this show did something quite different. A lot of these kids shows, of course, would have little PSAs at the end of the show, things you shouldn't do, look both ways before crossing the street or whatever. But this show wouldn't wait for such things. It would throw it right in the middle of the episode and treat it as part of the arc in a sense. It was sort of random and added to the quirkiness of this iteration of the show. Unfortunately, this show has yet to see a proper US release. It is only available in Japanese DVDs, and although they are actually region free, so you can play them here, and they do have subtitles, although they have no dubs. Of course, many Japanese film and TV enthusiasts would praise that fact, but that is what that is. So, hopefully, what you've seen here so far does entertain you. Be careful, because if you do decide to look for these things, these videos are rare, and like I said, all Japanese and all very expensive. Yes. So, yeah, I hope you enjoyed what you've seen here, and I hope you continue to dig and look for more rare and exciting cinema, and be on the lookout, because I will return with more monster deep cuts. Monster D, ouch.
大丈夫ですか、警部さん。